Aryna Sabalenka wants Battle of the Sexes rematch with Nick Kyrgios as she seeks revenge for defeat. Nick Kyrgios beat Aryna Sabalenka 6-3 6-3 in Battle of the Sexes match in Dubai. World number 1 Sabalenka has said she would want a rematch, but she would change some of the rules to make it more level. Aryna Sabalenka has welcomed the idea of a rematch of her Battle of the Sexes match with Nick Kyrgios that she lost in straight sets in Dubai at the end of December. The match saw some amended rules in order to attempt to make the match equal, including Sabalenka playing from a smaller court and both players only having one serve. However, the women's world number 1 claims that the adapted rules also posed challenges to her, and if they were to play again, she would make some more changes to level it. "I think I would definitely do it again," Sabalenka said. "I love revenges and I don't like to leave it the way it is. And I think for the next match we'll come up with a different format because before the match, I didn't realize that I have to adjust as well, and it was a bit tricky for me as well. I think that I would still keep the full court for Nick Kyrgios, but I would take 2 serves. That would even our level a bit more. As I always say, you're not losing, you're learning. And I learned a lot about this game. Now I know better Nick as a player and as a person as well, so I feel like I know how to play against him. We will do it again, I need the revenge." Sabalenka's side of the court was reduced in size by 9% for the 3-set contest, with the modified rules also seeing both players restricted to 1 serve for each point rather than the usual 2. A 10-point deciding tiebreak would have been implemented if required, but Kyrgios, who has played just 5 singles matches this year because of injuries, needed around 70 minutes to see off Sabalenka 6-3 6-3. "I'm happy that I was able to challenge him and make him work and make him physically get tired and mentally also get tight," she added. "I saw that and I felt really excited to see a man getting tight and going for his full game. Revenge, reform, rematch. Sabalenka's quest to rewrite a battle." In the glittering world of professional tennis, where Grand Slams and rankings dominate headlines, a singular match late in 2025 reframed the conversation entirely, not because it crowned a champion, but because it dared to answer an old question in a new age: can a woman top a man in tennis, in a spectacle billed as a battle of the sexes? At the center of this modern chapter is Aryna Sabalenka, the Belarusian powerhouse and women's world number 1, who, after an unexpected defeat to Australia's Nick Kyrgios, has declared she wants a rematch, not just for sport, but for revenge. Sky Sports +1. A modern twist on a historic tale. The original Battle of the Sexes, the 1973 contest pitting Billie Jean King against Bobby Riggs, remains one of tennis' most legendary showdowns. It wasn't just a game, it was a cultural flashpoint, an assertion of women's rightful place in a sport that was long lopsided in prize money and respect. King's emphatic win symbolized a leap forward for equality. Fast forward more than half a century, and tennis promoters in Dubai resurrected the idea with a far more commercial twist. Under bright lights at the Coca-Cola Arena, Sabalenka faced Kyrgios in an exhibition match that was modified. Her side of the court shrunk slightly, and both players had only 1 serve rather than the usual 2, in an attempt to even the odds. The result was a straight sets victory for Kyrgios, 6-3 6-3, in a contest that sparked debate over its very purpose. South China Morning Post. For many fans, the spectacle was simply entertainment, a fun oddity in the tennis calendar. For critics, it was a gimmick exploiting the feminist legacy of the original battle without advancing it. And for Sabalenka herself, it became a challenge unfinished. "I need revenge," the champion's mindset. In the aftermath of the match, Sabalenka's words were as fierce as her ground strokes. "I love revenge and I don't like to leave it the way it is," she declared publicly, igniting social media and sporting debates alike. NDTV Sports. What did she mean by that? At the core, it wasn't mere ego. Sabalenka is, undeniably, a warrior, a player who thrives on intensity, emotion, and competitiveness. Her game style and personality radiate ambition. She doesn't just aim to win, she demands improvement, challenge, and resurgence. That drive makes the idea of a rematch more than a promotional spectacle. It becomes her personal story arc. In press comments ahead of the Brisbane International, where she was preparing to defend her titles and tune up for the Australian Open, Sabalenka didn't shy from her intentions. She wants the series evened out, with rules that favor fairness rather than novelty. Specifically, she suggested returning to a full court and reinstating 2 serves each, a change that she believes would level the competition and bring out a purer form of tennis. TNT Sports. Her sentiment resonates with a core tenet of athletes everywhere. If you lose, learn, and then win. Sabalenka framed her loss not as failure, but as education, an opportunity to better understand Kyrgios's tactics, mindset, and physical approach. Before the match I didn't realize I would have to adjust, and it was a bit tricky for me, she admitted, acknowledging that adapting to the modified conditions was itself a part of the challenge. TNT Sports. For her, revenge isn't purely emotional, it's strategic and sporting. More than just a match, what Sabalenka's stand represents. Sabalenka's call for a rematch, with fairer rules, touches on broader themes in tennis and sport. 1. The evolution of exhibition matches. Exhibition events are nothing new. They offer entertainment, fresh formats, and unique fan engagement. But they also walk a fine line. How do you respect the integrity of competition while also crafting something novel? Sabalenka's push for rule reform underscores the need to balance spectacle with fairness. A rematch with more standard conditions might preserve the novelty and satisfy purists. Sabalenka herself defended exhibition tennis as a way to keep the sport interesting and vibrant. For her, these matches are not distractions but expansions of tennis reach. She said they bring fans in, generate discussion, and give players new arenas to express their craft. NDTV Sports. 2. Gender dynamics in sports revisited. Sabalenka's quest to face Kyrgios again, this time on more equitable terms, also reignites dialogue about gender in sport. The unique allure of a battle of the sexes matchup is precisely because it places male and female athletes in conversation with each other. But Sabalenka's insistence on fair play suggests a deeper respect for the sport. Competition should be fair, not contrived. When she speaks of revenge, she speaks for a principle. If such matches are to continue, they must be rooted in genuine athletic challenge, not just entertainment or theatrics.